The Annunciation Catholic School is in Minnesota State Senator Zaynab Mohamed's district. She joins us now. Senator, thanks for talking with us on this difficult day. First, what has been your message to your community that you represent tonight?
Thank you for having me and for covering this. It's been a devastating day. And to my community today, I think we are holding each other with love, giving each other grace. And it's a moment for us to heal together as we navigate what the next few days are going to look like and we move forward from this tragedy.
We're looking at some of the many heartbreaking images that are coming out of the school area. Have you been able to talk with the families and educators from the school today, and how are they holding up?
I've spoken with a number of families who their kids go to the schools earlier this morning as it was happening, who had no clue what was happening, whether their kids were safe and were going to come home alive. It was a pretty devastating few hours as we were moving through it. And we don't know what the facts are just yet, but what we do know is we lost kids today who were supposed to be having dinner with their families this evening, and that has been very devastating for our community here in South Minneapolis.
Just tragic beyond measure. And what we are learning is that the shooter had hateful messages on a rifle magazine. Are you concerned about the level of discontent sort of writ large and all the anger in our country?
Absolutely. I think we've had just here in Minnesota on June 14th, the political assassination of Speaker Hortman and her husband, and the attempted assassination of my colleague and friend John Hoffman and his wife. It has been a devastating few months. I think what's happening across the country is concerning. It is scary. But I think it's time we look inward as a country and think about what this all means and how can we all have civil conversations and not worry about whether our kids are going to come home or not, and whether somebody can go to their job safely and come home.
I know it's early days, but what are you hoping you might be able to do at a state level in response to today's deadly shooting?
Yeah, I mean, today is just yet another reminder that school shootings are happening all the time. And that's alarming. That's devastating. That is scary. No parent should have to send their kid to school and wonder if they're going to come home. No child should go to school and do safety measures of what it means if there is going to be somebody who's coming into the school and do drills. Kids should go to school, should learn should go and play with their friends, and should come home safely to their parents. And I think at the state level, there's so much we can do. There is no place for assault rifles or for any weapons of war to be in our schools. There's no space for that. There's no place for that. I think we can have common sense solutions to the gun violence that's become an epidemic in our communities.
And we know that when it comes to mental health crises, red flag laws are also part of the menu of options. What is your message to national leaders tonight?
Yeah, my message is in Minnesota, we actually passed red flag laws in the state of Minnesota. And so we did do some things. Obviously, that's not enough based on what happened today, the tragic events of this morning. And I think national leaders ought to look inward and realize that prayers and thoughts are no longer enough, that kids are dying, that people are losing their lives, and we have to do more about the epidemic that's taking place in our country.
Minnesota State Senator Zaynab Mohamed, thank you, and our best to the people in your community who are suffering tonight.